Good evening and welcome everyone again to the official coverage of Rainlight Racing's GT3 Season 4 here, 2023. We are at Spa for round 8, brought to you by Titanium Digital Solutions, AJ Champ and True to Life Racing Designs. I am Davo, and right beside me, as usual, my partner in crime, J-Man. How are you doing tonight, mate?
Good, Davo. Evening, everybody, and yourself, Davo. You're up for this one, round 8.
Oh, look, Spa, big fan. Round 8, we're getting down to the business end of the season. We've got a fantastic field of cars out there tonight, and we are at Spa for a 90-minute race. There couldn't be anything better. So, yes, I am so up for this, J-Man.
Vast improvement on the weather this week too, based on what we saw last week
compared to last week, absolutely,
so.
absolutely. As we just start seeing the boys starting to roll out. But J-Man, we probably should just touch on the points here before we get into the qualifying. As usual, we've got a two-part qualifying session, so.
Yeah, 100%. So
half
obviously,
the field's going out now. But
yep.
Let's have a quick look at these points, mate, after round 7.
Yeah, not a lot changed up the top end of town. As you see, the graphics just about to come up, and you will see Maverick still up the top there, 539 points over Tinnis on 452, over Brandon Webley at 347. So pretty tight fight there. Oh no, actually there was a little bit. It was actually the 4th position of Steve Crossland, still holding down that 4th there on 341. So only 6 points the margin there between Brandon and Steve Crossland for that podium spot provisionally, with still 3 rounds, including this one, to go. Yucko, Gunter, Charlie Booth, Nick Firth, Matty T and T-Fam round out the 10. Now that's interesting that Charlie coming back after obviously missing a couple of rounds early in the series. He is coming back. He's comfortably inside the 10 now, and with a heap of good form of late too. So Will Dixon, Nathan Henderson, Pete Dawson, Harrison Bella, Nico Cordia, all names we are familiar hearing out on track every week together, and that rounds out the 40. Nico Cordia, 15th, Uncle Joe, Brandon Foster, Adrian Kramer, Louis Vanderventer, and Vota round out the 20. Funnily enough, just off the back of that, the 27 car, Chris Cooley, a guy that we've seen in the previous couple of rounds with just lightning pace, however, succumbed to a disco and a couple of issues in the previous couple of weeks. But that car has got some serious pace on it when it is out there on track.
Hasn't it, Watts?
And plenty of big names out there to go by after that, and plenty still to play for with 3 rounds to go. Milestones. Some of these guys at the back end of this championship entering, the likes of Vic Chan, and maybe some of the new guys, Craig McConnell and co, that have just teamed up and joined this series and just looking for race wins.
So, absolutely, yes. So as you mentioned, J-Man, a couple of new guys out there. Is it Ashton Hughes?
And Mark Turbot. Yeah.
And Mark Turbot. Both in Astons, J-Man.
Yeah, both in Astons, Ashton and Aston, and Mark in there as well. So, so as the boys roll out, so what we know throughout the series is the slower part of the field go out and get their quali done first here at Rainlight Racing. So these guys will get the better part of this first 10 minutes. As long as they cross the line before that 10-minute mark is up, they do get their last run in. And just looking there, not surprised to see the likes of Harrison Bella out there. Obviously, these guys always challenging to try and maybe get in that top split, but I always scroll my list, Davo, and look for the guys that I feel have gone out and just decided to not post a fast time in that opening session to try and get in that second session and have some space, but nothing really screaming out at me at the moment.
Yeah, so the strategy starts well before the qualifying and well before the race, doesn't it, J-Man?
I feel it does.
Yeah, especially with these two-part qualifying sessions. We've noticed it in the past, and yeah, definitely some strategies going on. I think even maybe in the formation lap last week, J-Man.
Yeah, that was
racing.
played down, but I think we were onto something. You know, we have been known to dramatise a few things up here in the box. Yeah.
Oh, that's our job. That's our job,
yeah,
J-Man.
absolutely. But I'm pretty sure I read that right, and as did you, Davo. So look, I can see you out there currently focused on Uncle Joe, I think. And is that one of the newcomers there?
I think that's Mark Turbo there. Turbo
Yep.
Mark.
Yep.
Yep. Just nicking past there, Joe. Probably just looking for a lap without a bit of pressure from an Aston. So he's just going to let Turbo past and...
yeah, gets that done out of the final chicane down into turn 1, which is La Source, effectively. So
as we start to see some of the provisional times coming through there, J-Man Bella, should I say, with a 2:19, J-Man, a pretty handy lap. Louis Van der Venter in provisional second, Worcester in third, so a couple of BMWs there. Brandon Foster, Adrian Kramer, and Ashton Hughes in sixth position there.
Yep. One to have a look out for too, Davo, and this guy did a beautiful job last week, gaining his first ever podium here at Rainlight, is Will Dixon.
Oh, Will Dixon on camera as we speak, J-Man. Yeah, yes, definitely had the had the eyes on last week, and I think he was sweating bullets towards the end of that race on a drying track on a wet tyre, and did a fantastic job, J-Man.
Yeah, had a fast charging Chris Curley coming back at him at the back end of that one last week. But however, this particular lap for young Will is not to be, because there was a slight run wide.
I saw that just on the run down the hill there.
Yeah, I think it was the double gorge there. I think he might have just stepped a little too wide coming down there. So, I mean, that's something that these guys are going to have to be aware of tonight. You know, the likes of coming down out of campus into Stavelot, or out of Stavelot heading down toward Blanchimont, and even out through this fast left Blanchimont where he is right now. The invitation to just go that little bit too wide, either on the entry or the exit, for 90 minutes. You know, we know these guys get 4 free and or 3 free, and the fourth one's a drive-through. Is it?
We know what that means. Come in, pay the toll. And then
pay the toll, mate. Yep.
Then you can go back out. Just picking up on Kramer, 6/10 up on his time, J-Man.
Yep. Yeah, so...
Just saw, I think it was Craig McConnell just getting into the fence there in one of the McLarens there, J-Man. The McLaren hobbled a little bit tonight here with a little bit of BOP, but we'll talk about that later. But yes, Kramer up a full second on his time.
Yeah, he's got this one. Even Ashton Hughes got 1.7 in the bank.
That would get him in provisional third. Oh, maybe not now. Maybe fourth after Ashton crosses the line there, J-Man.
Yep.
So yeah, fourth position there. Not a bad effort from Kramer, J-Man. It looks like he's packing that up. He's happy with that. As the time winds down, we've got about about a little over a minute and a half here to go in this first tier of qualifying. Worcester 8/10 up on his time as well, J-Man.
Yeah, looking to bank a good one at the back end here, because this would effectively, I think, be the final. Where is he? Yeah, this will be his final run. He won't get another shot at this.
No.
Wouldn't think. Coming down the hill here. So he's coming down here. This is...
And he's actually just starting to range back up on McConnell's car, and that is Dixon in the Lamborghini behind him. So he's got this little clear space here.
Yeah, he's got a little breathing space.
And still looking pretty healthy on his Delta there, J-Man. So
Yeah, he's
he'll
still
want
got
to just
8
focus
tenths.
here, won't he? And just not really concentrate on what's coming up behind him or what is in front of him. He shouldn't come in contact with either of these other two cars. So looking very nice and tidy too from Worcester there, J-Man.
Yeah, good under brakes down at the bus stop there.
Yeah, very nice, clean stuff there as he runs across the line and puts himself in professional third.
Yeah, great lap.
Nice work as Dixon actually runs across the line there just to pip him as well.
Yeah, hey, look, those 2-minute 18s that Bella and Dixon have posted are both great times, and just a notable mention too that all those guys out running that I'm just looking at, the likes of Dixon and Kenneth Worcester, did get across the line and are entitled to do another lap. However, Kenneth Worcester's lap is already done. It is a track cut in it. Will Dixon's lap is done as well, so maybe both those guys succumb to a rouge cut, which is easily enough done, and we see this.
Well, we know that.
Quicker part of the field, all flying back through behind them already. The likes of Gunter and Tinnis and Henderson and co. The whole gang.
Yeah, picking up on the back end of that first group of cars immediately. It's a bloody well-timed session, isn't it, J-Man?
Yeah, the boys
works like clockwork, eh?
Yeah, eight rounds in, they've got it locked down.
Yeah.
Good to see some former artwork that we saw previously in the season. Nice to see Charlie Booth rocking the black, white and gold out there again tonight, Davo.
Yes, nice work. Also, I did see another change there, J-Man, to the
Nathan
field.
Henderson, yeah.
I think it might have been Mr. Webley, actually. Where's Mr. Webley on my list here? And
Webley's Marlborough, yes.
So that's a nice looking skin there. I can't bloody find him on my list here. There he is there. Let's get that up on the camera. There you go. So looking pretty snazzy in the Marlborough livery there. And that's actually purely in late, J-Man. He was not on that list as that first bunch of cars went out. So Webley in the race, 25th car. He'll be starting from the pit lane.
Cooley, yes.
Cooley, should I say? Yes.
Yep.
So nice work.
Yeah, so no stranger to going off the back. I think this has happened to him once before. So
mate, he's got this. Just hold my beer. he will definitely carve through the field and will be one to watch here, J-Man. This is going to be an awesome race here at Spa. Proper nice, good lengthy race, 90 minutes here tonight. These guys will be running like a sprint race still. But yes, what a fantastic race to run 90 minutes at Spa. It's got to be one of the best.
It does. Now I'm going to go out on a limb like I did last week. I don't know if I was too far out on the pole time guesstimate last week, but I'm going to go as far as saying it will be a 2 minute 16.86. 2 minute 16.85.
2 minutes 16.85. Okay. 2:16.8, everyone. That's what we're looking for, and they are going to start coming across the line. Here we go, Jaco Venter. Oh, still on his outlap. There you go.
Yep. I think of the likes of Charlie Booth.
Who are we looking at first, you reckon, there, J-Man?
I think you could go as far as Crossy, Vic Chan, Charlie Booth, also Mav. I think Mav as well. I think these guys, but I think you're probably your first time lap that you might see be out of the 43 car of Steve Crossland.
Okay, so you think Crossy was the first car out? Let's have a look.
Actually, no, he may not be. It's likely probably going to be Maverick.
So he's just running up the hill now.
Yep, it's Maverick, I think.
So yeah, Mav's usually pretty handy getting out of the...
Yep, Maverick, then Chan.
I think it's Crossy in front of him, actually, J-Man.
Yeah, I think his indicator's telling me he's not on a lap, though. Why is he not on a lap? No, he is. No,
So
he is.
Crossy, 1.4 seconds up, obviously hasn't completed a lap yet here, but rare rounds the final corner. And across the line, J-Man for the first. I think that's Mav actually just tucked in behind him, J-Man. So
Yep.
just, there we go, bang, bang. So 217, 218 from, 218.3 from Crossy. Charlie Booth up there straight away, J-Man.
Yeah, good 6.5 tenths up his sleeve at the moment as Maverick over Boothie, but Webley halves that, so 3 tenths.
No surprise there, J-Man. Firthy across the line, pops himself into 7th provisionally.
Yep. So, not sure why Vic Chan mustn't have recorded a lap that last one.
There you go. So yeah, just focus on Chan now. That's actually Booth in behind him, isn't it? I think in the, yes, the Lamborghini. Fantastic looking skin, that actually. I don't mind that car. So yeah, really works the angles of the Lamborghini. Very angular as he just gets it all kinds of sideways.
Very sideways.
Up there. Looks spectacular. Not always the quickest, but yeah, definitely well held. Dawson also, J-Man, I just noticed into provisional 4th.
Yeah, saw Pete in the official practice tonight going very, very quick. So got that Lamborghini dialed for Spa tonight, which is great to see.
Yep.
I will have a touch base and we'll see. We'll come to the viewers maybe at the back end of this qualifying session and just see where the LFM BOP is on that Lamborghini versus some of its competition around it.
Yeah, definitely. And one other thing to note, J-Man, Tennis Venter actually starting from the pit lane tonight. Not exactly sure why, but yes, Tennis Venter from the pit lane tonight. J-Man.
Yeah, that's.
So we just focus on Vic Chan at the moment. So.
No, that's okay, mate. I'm just thinking that's big in the grand scheme of the championship, given that he's currently holding down 2nd position. So he's got quite a margin back down to Webley, but you wouldn't want to give too much away with 3 rounds to go.
Yeah, and definitely not to the likes of Webley. J-Man.
And in for a big lap here.
So Chan, there we go. 17.1. That is right on the money, J-Man. How close are those 2 lap times there? There is 200ths of a bee stick in that. So very, very close times from Chan. We would expect this from Chan. We've commed some of Chan's races before, and you definitely no slouch. I'm sure Webley and Booth will respond to that, J-Man.
Yeah, and I think Yako's also on a lap that's going to see him come amongst the realms of probably Charlie Booth and Nick Firth at this point, from what I can see on the Delta as he just comes down.
Matty T just sneaking in there, J-Man, putting himself in 4th position with the 17.565. So nice work from Matty out of nowhere. And like you mentioned, J-Man, there's Jarko straight into that 4th position, pushes Matty down. So well called. He's had enough.
Been performing very, very well week in, week out, especially in the quali phase. I mean, she's had some incidents in race that has probably put her back a little bit. I can think of a couple of little bits of contact that's happened and altered the shape of her night as far as the results go. But quali, she is absolutely on, as is Yako, as you mentioned, and Charlie Booth got 5 tenths up his sleeve, which is going to put him in the realm of Webley and Yako. I don't think it's enough to threaten Chan. Chan's got 3 tenths up his sleeve, but Maverick's got a couple.
So we just have
am I going to see the 16.8? Are we going to see?
And they are nose to tail, J-Man. These two, like they're racing. So Chan's up 4 tenths, Maverick's up 2. Current deltas on our screens are showing Chan will beat Mav here with a minute to go. They will get across the line. They'll get another lap in here, J-Man.
Yeah, and they'll take it too. These boys are
Oh,
going to
you know
hammer
it.
this one down.
So here we
So
go.
there's
Just
the
watch this.
16.8.22.
And then
And then
this is
damn you, Chan, you've wrecked my predictions.
Chan just blows that out of the water with a 740. Ah, there you go. Charlie Booth not over yet either, J-Man.
No, and cheers for the heads up there, Louis. So Louis just alerting us to, yes, Tinnis has got a carryover. So the 707 car does have a carryover penalty from Bathurst, so it does in pit lane. So unfortunate, however, that is the steward's job, and look, it is what it is. T-Fam about to cross 8 tenths up. What's this going to do for him? T-Fam up into 5th on a 17.
Well, I didn't see that one coming. Nice work from T-Fam.
Yeah, Gunter Rowe running the alternate Gorilla livery that we have seen come out once already this season.
Now where's he on track at the moment, J-Man?
So he's 11th, but he's got a half a second in his pocket, which is going to bring him up to probably 30.
Round the final corner here, 30 and 8th at the moment. So he's just taken that spot.
Yep. And that'll be Gunter's run done. He's in overtime right now. So guys likely to improve. Vic Chan is on a lap. He doesn't need it from Maverick, Booth, Webley.
Maverick, Booth and Webley all in the pits, J-Man.
T-Fam would need 6 tenths to get anywhere. He's got just borderline matching his best at the moment. Nathan Henderson in that beautifully presented Bentley this week with the tyre sponsor on. Mitch's Mobile Tyre Services.
Couple of tenths from T-Fam. Couple of tenths from T-Fam. And he's up a position, J-Man.
Yeah,
so,
on Webley. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so he's definitely got something to fight for still.
Yeah, Henderson's looking to move inside the 10 here, Davo.
Okay.
I feel.
Yeah, well, 3 tenths up, and he's just running up the hill through that final sweeper before they get to this final little, it's half a bus stop. Used to be a bus stop.
Yeah,
the chicane. Up into this final corner
it's
here.
More like,
across the
almost like
so
half
4
a second.
tenths. That's actually a fairly hefty chunk. That would put him in 7th, J-Man. Oh, no, he's got 8th.
He just knocked Gunther Road down to 10th, and Nick Firth to 9th, and Firthy into 10th. So Pete Dawson, he's got a 10th up his sleeve. He's coming down the final chicane as well.
Yeah, Dawson, should I say.
Yep. And he just gained massive amounts of time at the final chicane, half a second.
Wow. So he clearly hadn't been getting that, and he's now in 8th, J-Man.
Yeah, and that knocks Firthy out of the 10, so that's a great last improvement.
Pushed Henderson, pushed Rowe, pushed Firth, all pushed down a position, so what a top qualifying there, J-Man.
Yep. Good stuff. That was a beautiful qualifying session. Well done to Vic Chan there. Takes that pole lap. I'm just looking to go back to the garage so I could just have a look at some deltas, see what the difference was. We're just in this overrun time here. But Vic Chan over Maverick, over Booth, Webley, T-Fam, Venter, Matty T, Pete Dawson, Nathan Henderson, and Gunter Rowe round the 10. Some notable names just outside the 10. Firthy, Crossland, Bella, Dixon, McConnell, Louis Vanderventer with a good quality in there, 16th. He went out that first session, has held that inside that mid-teens there. Kenneth Worcester, Aaron Hughes, Adrian Kramer, Brandon Foster, Mark Turbot, Jonathan Venter, Tinnis obviously with a pit lane start, Uncle Joe, and then Chris Cooley with a pit lane start here. So that rounds out your 25 cars here for tonight, Davo. Great field. Crazy fast time. What was that? A 16.7?
16.7, J-Man.
Yeah, it's
next level.
It's pretty damn quick, mate.
Yeah.
So,
look, and no disrespect to Mav's 16.8, but you've been calling it the last few weeks, J-Man. But just Vic on another level, just there in that last lap. So nice work as the boys get themselves set, J-Man, for what is to be a bloody great race.
Yeah,
The
and
weather's fantastic. We've got a big field and we're at Spa. Obviously, we've got to thank again Titanium Digital Solutions, AJ Champ, and True to Life Racing. True to Life Racing Designs for helping bring Rainlight Racing's 2023 GT3 season to us, and we are at round 8 at Spa, J-Man. Business end of the season, so I'm sure a few of these boys up the pointy and fighting for the top points, taking it pretty seriously by now.
Yeah, I think, like the writing's on the wall for some. I mean, Maverick's going to be super hard to catch him here because he's likely, he's always in those top spots. So he's got one hand on the trophy with 3 rounds to go. I think that's pretty clear to say. However, like I mentioned earlier, when we did look at the points, there are plenty of positions to play for from, certainly in the top 5. That's not done. Like I mentioned, 6 points the difference between 3rd and 4th, between the likes of Crossland and I think it was Webley, if I'm not mistaken. So I'll just have another quick look at that. Yeah, it was. Obviously, Yucko and Gunter Rowe tied in there for points on 5th and 6th. So there's a lot of, anybody still playing in the 300s, in my opinion, still well and truly in this, and that's guys all the way down to Charlie Booth. So
yep, definitely, J-Man. I would tend to agree. As the boys and girls start to roll out for the formation lap here, round 8 at Spa.
Okay.
J-Man, what are we likely to see track infringement-wise here? There's a clear elephant in the room with a Rouge. Easy to get a cut there, but even down the bottom of the hill as they run up that final hill, easy to get out there and down in the, I think it is about turn 5 there, down at the bottom of the hill. So yes, the boys will be conscious of that.
Yeah, they will. Sorry, just having a couple of techie issues, mate. Just working my way through it.
You work your way through that. So we just see the Steve Crossland car currently qualified in 12th, in behind Nick Firth and Gunther Rowe. J-Man just warming the tyres. That is Harrison Bella right behind him. So nice work from Bella. A couple of notable well dones, I would say, would be T-Fam particularly. Haven't even seen him right up the pointy end there in qualifying just recently, and also Pete Dawson qualifying in 8th. So nice work to both of those guys. Maddie in P7, but she's been qualifying pretty well recently. So business as usual for Maddie T. Let's hope she can get a clean start tonight. Had a tough one at Bathurst. It was definitely some elbows out stuff at Bathurst for the opening lap. But, pardon me, a lot better weather tonight.
Yeah, and Nathan Henderson doing a great job qualifying. Now, we've seen Nathan Henderson race incredibly well strategy-wise and bring that car forward from further positions back from this. So be interested to see what Spa delivers for Nathan and that Bentley. Now, one thing I can tell you about the Bentley is 40 kilos underweight for this round through BOP.
Yes, we have BOP data, don't we, this week, David?
No, I haven't got it yet because I don't get it until they actually start the race. For whatever reason, I can't seem to escape back to the pits. I'm not sure what's going on there as far as that.
But we will have that for you, ladies and gentlemen.
We will get it soon. And I did have it from data from you, but unfortunately pictures don't always transfer to good quality, so we'll just deal with that once we get it. But mate, like, we know that I think who was it, the
McLaren's
The
are
McLaren's are
well
not in a
hobbled.
good way.
Yes.
37 kilos to the positive tune, I think.
Yes, that we do know, and equally as much, I think the Bentley goes the other way.
Yeah,
So
40
that is
kilos under, and the McLaren is 37 kilos, I believe, overweight.
that is a massive swing, isn't it, Jay? And that is a lot of kilograms between 37 over and 40 low. So yeah, that's plenty of pies there.
Yep.
As the boys start to round this final complex of corners, I'm not going to get caught out again because the start-finish line is way down around the other corner, isn't it?
Yeah. No, we've been here recently, and we've got intel on this now. So yeah, we certainly come out of La Source, which is effectively will be turn one once the running starts. However, for lap one, we do know it's down here heading towards Rouge.
That's
the
exactly
start
right. That's exactly right. And as we line up, J-Man, Tinnis Venter, starting from the pit lane, thank you, Titanium Digital Solutions, AJ Champ, True to Life Racing Designs, Rainlight Racing for their 2023 GT3 series. It is round 8. We are at Spa. We are about to go racing, J-Man, here at round 8 for 90 minutes. This is the perfect place to do 90 minutes. We have a green light. Good clean start.
Very clean.
Nice stuff.
Oh, a little bit of contact between Booth and Chan,
Webley.
and Chan saves it out of a Rouge.
Oh, and well out into that pit exit area, J-Man. It was looking pretty tidy as they went into a Rouge, but it quickly changed as it does.
Yeah, it gives Booth a great start because that really compromised Maverick, but I think Maverick just doing the right thing there and just yielding for Vic Chan to come back through.
Definitely, but that's given Charlie Booth that like big gap in the field there. Look at how far back Webley is and the rest of the field.
Yep, and we've seen already, you mentioned earlier, the likes of how well I think it was Pete Dawson and the other Lambo was going in that Lambo, so the Lambo's obviously in good stead here. Which will suit Boothie.
Well, won't it what? As we just pick up on Gut to Go, we're just waiting for our data to equalise. I've got cars in the pits for some reason, J-Man, but we won't go there.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on there. I've got Will Dixon and Brandon Foster in the pits. I'm not sure what's going on there right now.
Okay, here we go. My data's back. We've got Charlie Booth leading the race, J-Man. Webley. Charlie flashing his headlights just to let everybody know. Well done, Charlie. Brandon Webley in second. Jacques Venter in third. T-Fam in fourth. So T-Fam held his position. Vic Chan and Mav were the two that got tangled up. Through and out of Rouge, and Mav with a big move on Chan into the final chicane here, J-Man. Nice clean stuff from both of those guys, and Mav just, there was not much room between T-Fam's car and Chan's car there. I don't know how he got that bloody beamer poked in there. So nice work. This is hot. Mav wants T-Fam now. He is lost a few positions. He needs to get back up the pointy end there, so it is all happening. We've got Firthy and Bella in a battle in the background with Steve Crossan, a little bit of clean air. Dawson lost a few positions, J-Man, to Gunther Rowe, Nathan Henderson.
I'll tell you what, Chan got to get his timing right there because he just caught T-Fam right in the middle of a Rouge, and that's just a really risky spot.
Look at what's going on behind this lot, though. From T-Fam back.
Yeah, T-Fam, Matty T, and Nathan Henderson. Matty T down the inside.
So that's got to go in behind T-Fam. Gunther very sideways.
Yep.
So hectic moments here. That's actually just in the background there. That's Pete Dawson having a go at Matty T on the inside. Then he's compromised on the outside here as they run through the bottom. Is he gone wide?
That'll be a track
wide
for sure.
For sure. Is it a drag race down to here? Still hasn't got it done.
It's going on. I mean, the double launches now heading down the hill here, and they're still side by side.
It's bloody 4 corners. This will be 5.
Yeah, Lavright's here, but she'll look for a switchback, and she does.
Oh, and easily does. The Ferrari on point, J-Man. The Bentley really struggling, and now on the outside and compromised again.
And in the background, you can just see Firthy all over the back of Pete Dawson as well in shot.
So, mate, plenty going on. That is 8th, 9th, 10th and 11th, ladies and gentlemen. Smack bang in the middle of the pack pretty well as Firth on Dawson.
Yeah, I think stick with that because that's where the action is right now, is that Firthy is lining up Pete Dawson. So that is clearly McLaren on Lamborghini, and we mentioned how we thought the Lamborghini was particularly good here. And who's that ranging up very, very quickly? That is Chris Cooley.
That is Cooley already.
Pit lane.
So
into
pit lane to 11th. And a very tight top 11 at the moment too, J-Man. It's not
very
like a... It's pretty impressive stuff. That thing looks like it has freaking rocket launchers on it. Every week we see it, J-Man. Cooley's Aston Martin there, and again this week looking lightning fast. Worcester just tucked in right in behind that with Louis Van der Venter hot in tow. J-Man in the 2 BMWs. Worcester struggling on the way out of Eau Rouge. That's Bella in the background. Now Bella, another one that's gone back a little bit there.
Yep.
We got
now I heard somebody.
Oh, Turbo Mark sideways across the track.
Sorry, Wally, I'm going to have to take you out of this channel, mate. Sorry, we're broadcasting live. Apologies, mate.
We're going to get a replay on that, J-Man. So, Turbo Mark through Eau Rouge here, J-Man. If you can just pick up on this, and gets the Aston all kinds of sideways into the wall, backs it back out onto the track.
Yep.
Here
big crash.
Oh, here we go. Who is it? That is Joe Grimmer.
It was Uncle Joe.
Joe Grimmer, T-Bone, nowhere to go. Those boys, that's an unfortunate incident, J-Man.
Yeah, and that would be game over. That sort of impact wouldn't leave too much. I think you'd be getting the meatball flag. Yeah, so you'd be straight back to pits and looking to try and reset and go again because you do get rewarded for finishing here. So sad way to go out early in the race, but hopefully he presses on.
Yeah, so difficult situation, and this track breeds those kind of incidents, really, doesn't it, J-Man? It's super blind, Eau Rouge, super fast. So, not unsurprising, I'll tell you.
Now, Maverick and Vic Chan have caught the back of Jaco Venter. It's taken them a couple of laps. We are 3 laps in, and it took them after that early incident at Eau Rouge between the 3 car and the 333 car. It took them the better part of the next 2 laps catch Jaco.
Yeah, and no disrespect and all credit to Jaco, a good seasoned driver, but I'm sure these guys are going to want to dispatch him fairly quickly, aren't they, J-Man?
Yeah, well, look, Maverick's the guy out there with the fastest lap of the race at the moment on a 2:17.6. However, Charlie Booth's out there in clean air just up the road from them, and he's doing 2:17.7s. So he's not far off of that, literally, because that was a high 17.6 as it was. So all we just see, looking for a switch back here.
Yes, that's Jaco getting a little bit untidy.
And I'll tell you what, Vic Chan will be here to pick up any pieces should this not go quite the plan for Maverick.
Now, Jaco clearly feeling vulnerable there, vulnerable enough to have to block.
Yep.
To just get his pace back and find his rhythm again. That's obviously Maverick now focused on his rearview mirror with Vic Chan, like you said, ready to pick up the crumbs, J-Man.
Yep. And, every time that this goes on, we can see that the likes of Maverick now, he's 8 tenths down on his personal delta. So, that's cost him already nearly a second this lap by getting tucked in here and battling with Jaco Venter. So every time this happens, and you got the likes of Webley and Booth out there cutting optimum lap times,
Yep.
it just adds to the pain. So
Oh, for
he'll be looking
sure.
to get this done pretty quickly.
Yeah, and look, Webley not only focused on beating Chan, you know, like behind him, but, you know, he will be focused on Booth and Webley. You know, that's where he wants to be. He wants to be at the front. And, yeah, definitely that's where his focus will be. Chan is just collateral problem at the moment, and it's a major one.
Oh,
There's Maverick seriously wide there, J-Man.
Yeah, he'll be big under brakes down here. Look for a switchback. He'll make Maverick go shallow here at the chicane. But nowhere to go there.
Nowhere to
get
go.
The power down.
So now they are in a little bit of a ding-dong in between themselves there now, J-Man. Jarko probably allowing Jarko maybe a little bit of breathing space, although it momentarily, he just looks like he's got a little bit of a gap there now.
Yeah, but they're probably at the optimum distance now. I'm going to say Maverick's at the optimum distance coming through a Rouge. If Jarko doesn't nail the Rouge here, he'd be vulnerable on the Kimmel Straight. And look, they all look like they got through there really, really well. I just picked up. So who is that? You've got someone heading down to La Source on Kenneth Worcester. Who is that? Is that Craig McConnell looking for a move?
Yeah, so I think that was McConnell. Actually, might have just got a bit of a touch on the back of Worcester car. And here we go. Look at that McLaren.
Oh, Tinnis around the outside. Yep.
And time that perfectly. That is very difficult pass to make, J-Man.
Yeah, although I'm telling you what I'll be witnessing already 4 laps into this race that is going to last 90 minutes, as I have seen a lot of excessive track use.
Yeah.
And I believe drive-throughs will be a factor at the hour mark at least.
Oh, look, and if not before, I would suspect, J-Man, for some, without a doubt. So, yeah, Tinnis on the march, J-Man, up into 16, another pit lane starter tonight. Chris Cooley has snuck past, I think that is that car, I think is out of position.
He's gone past Dawson and Firthy.
Oh, that is Dawson, sorry, we've got a livery change for Dawson's car tonight, so that is Dawson. So he has snuck past Dawson and Henderson.
Yes, he has. And
so Matty
sure
T next on the radar, J-Man, for Chris Cooley.
Yeah, and I'm not sure what happened to Vic Chan in that battle with Maverick and Jarko, but he lost the position to T-Fam during that.
There you go. We'll get back to this Cooley Madison T battle, but yes, Vic Chan racing hard tonight, really having to work for his money in amongst a very competitive pack here tonight, J-Man. Charlie Booth, Brandon Webley out in front. Jarko Venter has the likes of Maverick, the man, leading the championship all over him. We might just flick to that, J-Man, because they are close. Maverick putting the car up the inside.
Yeah, comfortably down there on the inside at La Source. So well and truly done before they head down this front straight heading towards a Rouge. So beautifully constructed pass. Probably a classic Spa, get out of the chicane better and just outbreak your opponent down to La Source turn 1.
Yeah,
so who's that I can see just coming out of
one of the Astons, I think, coming out, J-Man. I hope he's
that'll be the newcomer of Mark Turbo.
I think that's Turbo Mark, so let's, the boys pass nice and cleanly.
Oh, I tell you what,
T-Fam and Vic Chan is heating up as well as they get past that. Actually, that's Mark still in the background there, struggling with that Aston, J-Man. I see, because this field is actually pretty tight back to Nick Firth.
Yeah, Cooley past Matty T now, so he's got Gunter Rowe in his sights next. And I'll tell you what, Cooley is making short work 5 laps in of this field.
Oh, look, no surprise, J-Man. This guy is lightning fast. We've seen him the last few weeks. Never really made it, really delivered, though, you know, in the end positions of the race. But the car has always been quick and spectacular to watch. So fingers crossed for Cooley tonight. Pit lane starter and in 8th position, J-Man, in a fairly tight top 10. So that's pretty impressive. We are only 5 laps into this race.
Yep, 5 laps in, and look, Boothie's got the better part of 4 seconds over Webley, the better part of 7 seconds over Mav, and then it keeps going. Obviously, the list keeps going. So Boothie's done a great job at the start of this race, really capitalised on a great start and a little bit of intervention between Maverick and Vic Chan, and we knew Vic Chan, the 3 of the 333 were going to go at it pretty hard given how close those qualifying times were. Vic Chan just having a little bit of trouble just trying to dispatch T-Fam here. So T-Fam doing a great job. Comes through the last lap round on a 2:18.8 versus Vic Chan's 2:18.6. So only a couple of tenths in it. As he looks for that classic Spa move down the inside at La Source. Doesn't get it done. T-Fam just runs the outside line and it just holds that position.
Yeah, it definitely holds that position. He did it actually up into that final bus stop chicane there too. J-Man and Chan had no other option but to yield both times. It showed the nose, but yeah, always leaving that little bit in reserve so he can pull that Bentley back as he gets the legs here.
He got the run through a Rouge there.
He did. So the Bentley really showing its strength on the way up the hill there, J-Man.
I see he's got the hazard lights on there. So,
yeah, he's giving him the thank you.
Yeah, I think that might be a bit of an appreciation token there. So beautiful pass. Well done to T-Fab for acknowledging that. Probably just wants to tuck on the back. However, it's a little way up the road to Yucko now for Vic, and so he's got some work to do. Where is Chris Cooley? He is closing that margin, although I, however, just look back and that battle for Matty T, Nathan Henderson, Pete Dawson, and even Firthy just on the back. That's a great battle going on there for P, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Yeah, so these guys, all of these guys and girls, should I say, smooth operators, well deserved to be in the positions they are in. J-Man just looking out of the back of Matty T's car there. Nathan Henderson, you know, look, he's shown form all throughout the season. Should I say Nathan Henderson and Pete Dawson, and we know how good Nick Firth is as well. So all of these guys chasing that top 10 position, mate. So yeah, nice to see those guys so close.
Craig McConnell was right on the back of Louis Van der Venter and just came out down the bottom of the hill out of the double launches. Sorry, apologies. It was actually heading a little bit further down from there, and he just lost it on exit and just whipped it up. And that car will have some scratches on it, unfortunately for him. So he was right on the back of Louis. Now, Louis doing a great job. I checked in with Louis at the start of this race, and he was sitting about 16th, and I mentioned that he'd done a great job to be in the mid-teens. He is currently in P15, so he's made one spot, so he's not going backwards. So great showing there already from Louis, one of our naming rights sponsor cars.
Yes, well done, Van der Venter. In the BMW, like I said, one of the naming rights, AJ Champ, BMW, J-Man, 99.
Yep, I'll just get you to cover me for a second. I just got an issue here. Back in a sec.
As we see Bella and Tinnis Venter go at it. Venter, like we mentioned, on the march. Actually, where is Venter? Oh, back to the pits. Hang on. What happened there? So, Harrison Bella. I'm sure that was Venter's car just tucked in behind there. Maybe some technical issues for Venter. But Bella doing a stellar job in 13th at the moment. The next car back from Nick Firth. And we were just talking about Nick Firth because he is in a bit of a tight pack with Pete Dawson and Nathan Henderson and Matty T. So that's probably where most of the action is at the moment, actually, that top end of the mid-pack. As these guys towards the end of the field, just going through the motions. We pick up on Steve Crossland in 18th. In a bit of clean air. Adrian Kramer in 19th. Jonathan Venter in 20th in a damaged car, so unlucky for Jonathan tonight.
Yeah. Just always going to have those odd ones where it just goes bad early and then it's recovery mode in it, unfortunately. Hey, just picking up Maverick right on the back of the newly presented Marlborough car of Brandon Webley. So he's closed that margin down comfortably and he's taken Yucko with him. And that would be for P2, Davo.
Yeah, so that was inevitable. We were always expecting Mav to slowly just work his way through the field there. So we're going to watch that come together as the time ticks down. This mid-pack battle is toing and froing a little bit here. Matty T got a bit of a gap on Henderson, and then Dawson and Firth actually hot on it at the moment. Bella was in a battle with Tinnis, but I think we've had a dropout from Tinnis, so Tinnis back in the pits. And
Okay.
J-Man mentioned earlier, Van der Venter come tangling with, I think it was Craig McConnell there. So
yeah, well, he didn't touch. It was just McConnell just pushed too hard on the exit of the left-hander, and he was chasing Louis pretty hard, and he just unfortunately lost traction on the way out, and that cost him. Well, it appears to have cost him a lot, but I don't think it has, because I think the car now behind Louis is actually out of position. So Craig McConnell's still showing in 15th after that. So
there you go. Firth really tightening that gap to Dawson. Dawson looks like struggling with a little bit of front end turn in there through that very long left-hander. And Firth finding himself all the way around the outside. He'll do this, J-Man.
Oh, that's a beautiful pass, because it gives him rights to the left-hander.
So, spectacular pass. We might actually go back and get a replay. Just have a look at this from the helicam, J-Man. Starts way back. And Firth really setting up for it here, J-Man.
Oh, and while we're on that replay too, there was a pass made. I'll just let the viewers know Maverick has got past the Webley car, and I saw Webley put the hazard lights on as they headed down to, as we just see that move coming through on that replay. Was beautiful. Well constructed. No argument there from Pete Dawson, and Firthy gets through on that one. So great battle going on there. But however, getting back to what I just witnessed there with Maverick, and I'm pretty sure, I'm positive I saw the hazard lights of Webley's car come on as they came out of Blanchimont heading down towards the final chicane. So interesting. So maybe that's Webley saying, go see if you can get him, Mav. The car immediately up the road from Mav is actually Uncle Joe, who is recovering from that unfortunate...
yes.
Oh, no, it's not. It's Josh Nightingale, is it? Just trying to see who that is.
No, it's Joe.
It is Uncle Joe. Yeah,
Yep.
sorry.
Yep.
So there is a car in between there. That car I would expect to be getting blue flags, and it does, and he yields. So he's got a few to yield to over the next lap or so, I would think.
Yeah, so a little bit of a group of cars here. That is actually Jaco Venter just tucked in behind there, and then quickly behind that is, I think, Chan.
Yeah,
so,
then Cooley, mate. Then Cooley. He's got past TFAM. I was watching that battle off the screen. And
so, we haven't picked that one up on the stream, but Cooley just making massive gains through the field. Incredible, really. Now in sixth position, genuine sixth position, in a fairly tight top end of the field. So that's impressive.
And I tell you what, she'll be a bit of a shock to the system if Cooley makes it to Chan and catches him and starts putting it on the pass from for what is effectively fifth. That'll be a bit of a surprise to Vic, because he's not used to having guys catch him from pit lane.
Okay, so that's Tinnis Venter that Booth was just coming up behind.
Yes.
And now Tinnis Venter back into the pits as Booth crosses the line, J-Man. That car is looking solid. It looked very tight on track last week, but just didn't make it stick. But
And that margin hasn't changed, though. I mentioned where that margin
that's
was.
a quick car. That's a quick car, that car.
Yep, that margin hasn't changed to Maverick, albeit it was 7 seconds when Maverick was back in 4th position. It's still 7 seconds now that he's in 2nd. So it'd be interesting to see what that margin looks like over the next 20 to 30 minutes to see if Mav can make any inroads on that. But that Booth Lamborghini, once again, as we've seen all season long when he's been here, has just got a ton of pace on it, Davo.
Yeah, definitely. And the next group of cars, Mav, Brandon, Jarko, Vic Chan, look at them. They're all in quick succession. They're very close. And Cooley, right there in 6th position from the pit lane. J-Man.
Yep.
These guys are close. I can't believe Cooley could be contesting for 3rd position before the end of this, like halfway through the race. Like not even, we're not even an hour to go, so we're not even a third of the way through the race. So unbelievable. What a drive. No matter where he comes from now on. So T-Fam in 7th. Gunther Rose, all of these cars really close. That whole top 10 pack is tight, J-Man.
Yeah, and Pete Dawson and Firthy, you know, we saw that beautiful pass just before and a replay from Firthy on Henderson. On Dawson. No, Henderson, wasn't it? No, but Henderson's through again. So, no, sorry, it was on Pete Dawson. Stop go cleared for 7:07. So that was Tinnis. So that was the issue. Tinnis got a stop go for some reason there.
Okay, so that's why he come back into the pits.
And Matty T in the pits. Now, is this an official stop? Is Matty T getting out of traffic or getting onto a better tyre?
We're 25 minutes into the race. It is a bit early, isn't it, J-Man? You know, you want to go for at least another, maybe even 10 minutes, maybe more.
Well, we'll find out.
We will soon find out.
I think Maddie's one of the ones that doesn't want to chit-chat. Hopefully she's pressed all the buttons. Maddie, you got us on comms?
Yeah, I got you guys. Hey.
Hey, Maddie, good run there. Great qualifying, mate. Is this a official scheduled stop?
No, I've been in Eau Rouge.
Oh, sweet. Oh, that's no good, mate.
It's
hey,
alright. Expected, to be honest.
Okay, well, you had a ton of pace on. Some great racing out there, especially with your old foe there, T-Fam, up there tonight in that qualifying session with you as well. So some great pace. Hey, chin up, Maddie, and go out there and bring this one home, mate.
Yeah, I'll do my best. Thanks, guys.
Cheers, mate.
Good luck.
So there you go, Maddie T. We missed that off a camera, but obviously had an incident at a Rouge. Like she said, not unexpected. Probably not unexpected for a lot of people here tonight. So
I like how she just bumps it up. Because, it's just to be expected. Whatever. It's just one of those corners, isn't it?
Yeah. Put it down to experience.
Oh, for sure. So Maddie T out of the pits. No infringements, which is good. So she's hit her marks nicely there, J-Man. As we just pick up on Nick Firth and Pete Dawson here. These guys have been pretty well locked in battle the whole race. So, neither of them making a wholesale gain anywhere on each other. So
No. And
two closest cars on track at the moment.
They are. I reported earlier that margin from Boothie to Maverick was 7 seconds, and that hadn't changed for a fair while. I can tell you now, the last time I looked, it was 5.9. It's currently 6.1, so he has made a second back on that. But yeah, this Firthy Dawson battle, you know, we saw Pete Dawson in official practice and in quali doing a great job, and once again, he's still got car pace in that thing. Fastest lap out tonight here from him and race trim is an 18.7, so not a bad lap. Firthy's PB out here tonight is an 18.8, so very comparable, very competitive race cars out there tonight, those two.
Absolutely, J-Man, as we just get out of the front of Steve Crossman's car, I think that is, just tucked in behind Craig McConnell.
Big McConnell, yeah.
I'm not sure why Crossy's that far back, J-Man. He's had some sort of dramas. I didn't see him in the pits, but I just wonder whether he's had a tour of the pit lane sometime this race already.
Yeah, potentially. I do see tonight one thing that's changed for me in the graphics, and I don't know if you're seeing it, but the guys do have to make an official pit stop tonight. If you can see on your graphic there, Davo, you
that
can
is
see that
showing that. Yes.
Kenneth Worcester's showing to me that
That
he's done his.
Yep. As I just see Crossy. There you go. Now Crossy into the pits.
Yeah, crossing
J-Man.
in. So you will see very much scheduled stops here tonight.
I still feel that this is very early, and actually just looking at that, Crossy's car looks a little bit damaged, but I still feel this is an early stop.
Okay, so there's some intel there from Matt. Cheers, Matt. So it sounds like, yeah, Crossy spun early. So that's a shame, but so he's on recovery street at the moment, trying to bring that thing home.
Okay, yeah, well that explains.
And big repercussions for something like that on a night
Well,
like tonight, with the likes of the way the points are, 6 points the difference between him and I think it was Webley that I quoted earlier on, 15 seconds damage. Yeah, that's going to hurt.
Yeah,
I've just got my eyes on Venter, Chan, Cooley here, Davo, and I think this is the point where Cooley sort of got to this part, P6, and the pace is very similar.
Yeah. The next 5 cars are quick or quicker than he is. So yeah, it stalls. The march forward starts to stall, and I'm given that pace that the pass, even if he can get up on the back of Chan or Jaco Venter, the passes are so much harder, aren't they, when there's such equal pace? So and as we can see with Chan been chasing Jaco.
And look for this Bentley to try and find its optimum line
again
through Rouge. Yeah, because we saw it earlier. He's a little wide, missed the apex on the run in there on the right-hander, and
does he set up like that? Is that the run? Is that what gives him the run? But it did look a little wide, J-Man.
It did look a little wide. Hey, look, potentially,
here. Who's for that? Who's that? Craig McConnell.
391, yeah.
So we are under an hour to run now. 30 minutes, just a little over a third of the way through this race, round 8 here in the 2023 Rainlight Racing GT3 series at Spa.
How's that Firthy Dawson? I just picked up. They were just rounding up Steve Crosson there after Crossy had just come in through for that pit stop. So just saw Firthy and Pete Dawson coming through there. So still very much that battle's alive, Davo.
Oh, Dawson very sideways. Sorry to interrupt there, Jay.
You're right, mate. I just picked up on that myself.
Yeah, so just trying to get his rhythm back, and after that was like you were mentioning, Crossland coming out of the pits, no doubt. So those guys just getting that rhythm back. But that's allowed Firth just to stretch those legs a little bit, J-Man. Jaco Venter, Vic Chan is heating up.
It is, Jaco and Vic. As is Mavericks just shaving these margins out of Booth. He's got that down to 5.4 now. So obviously...
God, he's working hard for it then, J-Man. Geez, that's taken a while, hasn't it? So Booth on fire tonight.
Oh, I tell you what, Chan looks very, very strong. Coming down out of Blanchimont into the final chicane. Ranges up, makes Jaco run different. He gives him a little tap there. That's going to give him compromise to...
Cooley there.
Cooley, as we see the 391 car of Craig McConnell clear that drive-through.
So, quick smart there from McConnell. Getting it out of the road. This battle's heating up now. Vic has watched Cooley come through the pack. He will feel that pressure from the Aston. He'll want to get past Jaco. As quick smart, I would expect, J-Man, and he's been chasing him for ages already, and just cannot get that Bentley anywhere near up beside that McLaren tonight. So doing a fantastic job there from Jaco.
Yeah, this will be a game of millimetres between the three of these guys, Jaco, Chan and Cooley. I think, you know, the likelihood of a victory at this point's probably going to come down to track cuts and pit infringements for these boys, because the likes of Boothie and Mav have really checked out in the recent 2-3 laps.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's still a long way to go, but you can see that the likes Webley, Venter, Chan, Cooley, those cars all in contention for that final podium spot.
Oh,
I mean, I might be calling that early. I'm just being realistic about what I'm seeing at the front at the moment.
No, I totally agree. That final top spot there is definitely up for grabs. There it is, right there. We're looking at it on screen. Those three drivers, and look how close these guys are. And you know, like, it's only just over 30 minutes in. Looking at their performances, they all deserve it. So the next little under an hour is going to be spectacular. Watch as they all peel out of that corner and run up the hill.
And don't think for a second that none of this three here are pushing to the absolute limits of those cars right now. Once again, that Bentley very strong out of Blanchimont, heading down towards the final chicane. Now this is where he made a little bit of contact the lap before. He's just going to have to be careful.
He's going to get his timing right here. I think
vulnerable here to Cooley.
One of the Astons on the inside there. Like, so
that's
Cooley.
Jonathan Venter.
Oh, it's Jonathan Venter. Okay,
Yes.
It's one of the McLarens, one of the titanium digital McLarens, and yes, look, Vic.
You see the line that Cooley just took down into La Source there? He was very high and wide, and he braked early to set this up. Vic
is the most vulnerable one in this group here, isn't he, J-Man?
He is.
Because the slightest mistake, and it's
here we go.
There we go.
It'll be a two
there
for
it
here.
Is. So there we go. Well, we were just calling it as Vic was the vulnerable one, but the slightest mistake from Jarko, bam, and there comes the Aston, and he's gonna, just pull back, rightly so. So we've had a lead, a change there.
Yeah.
As we see the Bentley and the Aston pass. The digital solutions.
Jarko goes from 4th to 6th, Chan goes from 5th to 4th. And Cooley 6th to 5th, so that all happened very quickly. But I can't help but think once again, you know, if you were to go back on that replay and look at the tyre line where that Bentley was coming through a Rouge, man, if that's not a cut, the stewards are pretty generous tonight. I don't know how many he's got up his sleeve.
Yeah, well, no, good point, J-Man, good point. As we will actually just move forward a little bit from this group to Webley.
He's out there just doing his thing.
He is. He's in a really good space there too, in clean air. He is holding down that 3rd position at the moment.
Yeah, it's around 3 seconds.
So he'll need to concentrate because that Vic Chan car is not that far behind. That little angry little group is not that far behind. Maverick, not that far ahead, J-Man. So still very close here as we see Charlie Booth just drop into the final chicane here. And that car just looking so tight again here tonight. We saw it last week at Bathurst in the dry. It just looked flawless. And it's really starting to show here tonight. It's fast.
So this is Boothie just catching up to the back of Craig McConnell. So McConnell will have blue flags. And, you know, this can always sometimes happen at an awkward time, given that the pace that Booth car's got on it. And as they come up through a Rouge, McConnell opts for I'll just go running through a Rouge to let you through, Mr. Palm Tree.
Yes.
Away you go.
Yes, and gave him plenty of space, pretty well the whole track. And that in the background, as you can see, is Mav's car.
Yep, so he can see him. He's there. He can definitely see him. But, you know, there is that 4.7 second margin. So it's just fluctuating between 4.6 to 5. So those guys are trading, you know, last time through Charlie Booth on an 18.4 versus Maverick on an 18.2. So not a lot on it.
Yeah, what's Webley's times compared to Chan?
19.0 plays 18.8, 18.9.
And Cooley and Jarko, they're all coming for him, aren't they, J-Man? He will be feeling the pressure and they're not even close yet.
Yeah, Cooley's the one that's just trying to size up Chan at the moment, just trying to work out coming down the hill.
Where can he do it?
And you know, even these very quick, disciplined boys that we're watching, the likes of, you know, anywhere from Boothie at the moment back down to Venter, you know, this top 6 and the pace that they're running in these 2-minute 18-second bracket at this point of the race, we, you know, see time and time again how fast they're running through. They're pushing the absolute limit of track limits and the tyres. We just saw Rick Chan just get a little sideways.
Yeah,
off
I saw that. Yep.
Left-hander coming down the hill as they head down to Campus and Stavelot.
Yeah,
and then run down to Blanchimont here.
Yeah, so as you were mentioning, you know, they're clearly pushing to the limits, and there Chan with the slightest mistakes. It didn't look like it compromised him too much, J-Man, but yeah, when the racing is this hot, the slightest mistakes can be big gains for others. So very tight at the top, J-Man. We got a little bit of action here and there. Down to the field, I think it's Dixon.
Firthy and Dawson are still about that same distance apart.
Worcester just tangled up with, I think that's Matty T as a lap car there, or should I say Worcester and Jonathan Venter. And Matty T just trying to weave her way through those couple of lap cars there.
Yeah.
Matty T and actually Worcester are in position, so it's the Venter car there out of position. J-Man also, who else have we got just getting close? It is
Where did Matty T just go? I just lost her there.
And Nick Firth and Pete Dawson, which has just continued the whole race.
Yeah.
These guys, just unbelievable.
Okay, so Matty T in the pits.
Okay, so
and this will be the scheduled stop. This will be the official stop. Yep.
There you go. So we will just point the cameras, should I say, back up the pointy end of the race here.
Curley and Chan, I think, is where it's at.
Curley and Chan is definitely where it is at. J-Man, both these guys lightning fast, really haven't had a chance. I mean, Chan only been around for, I think this is his second week here.
Yeah, it went horrible at Bathurst for him, but we know what sort of place he's got.
And Curley, with only a few races under his belt, really haven't had a chance to shine yet in here at Rainline Racing in this very quick field. So yeah, they got plenty to play for, J-Man.
Yeah, they do. And just picking up on a comment, thanks, Warren. I do appreciate the feedback we get live, and I agree with you 100%, mate. And I think the track cuts will make the difference towards the end of this race. Who's got what left in the bank? If only we had a crystal ball, Warren, and we knew, because I tell you what, I feel like some of these front runners, that could shape the difference. And we've seen that in previous rounds where guys late in the piece have got track cuts, and as both those guys squeezed down the inside of Craig McConnell at the chicane.
And McConnell only just leaving enough space, but at the end of the day, it was enough. And those guys doing all quality driving from all three there, actually, J-Man. So now just look in front. Those guys that is Webley, and that car is getting close. These guys are reeling Webley's Marlboro Ferrari in very quickly, J-Man.
Yeah, so that was 18.5s versus an 18.8 of Webley. So both, I tell you what, we saw Chan get it wrong there. Is he going to lift because he's cut the track?
He has. He's lifted. He's let Curley through.
Well, I don't know if it's letting through or lifting to negate the track cut, because clearly if you lift, maybe it goes away.
Man.
So, tells me he's probably out of cuts.
It does.
Yep.
A little bit, doesn't it, mate?
Row in the pits.
So Curley taking advantage of that little mistake from, and we've seen a few little wriggles creep into Chan's driving in the last few laps, J-Man. So maybe struggling with that Bentley just at the moment. Maybe that car is ready for a pit stop as we wind down to about halfway. So a little over 47 minutes to go in a 90-minute race. So these guys will be well and truly thinking about pit stops and tyre deg, J-Man.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'll tell you what, that last lap round when I quoted the likes of Maverick and Cooley and Chan had run 18.5s, Booth out there in the fresh air still running 18.2s. So that car with Booth behind the wheel has just got this thing locked in at the moment. And I don't want to put the comms curse on him, mate, but he's just doing nothing wrong now.
No, totally. And Matt, like the last lap for Boothie, like you said, 18.2. Last lap for Mav was 18.5. So that's doing nothing for his.
And
chase.
We see Mav in the lane.
So Mav in the lane.
Yeah, no problem with the speed on entry
and
there.
It looks
Chan
like
in the lane.
Vic Chan in the lane as well, J-Man. So these guys potentially getting out of a battle. Be interesting to see whether now we've got
EPAM in the lane.
Dawson and Firthy. Would be interesting to see one of these guys come in or not. We've already seen Crossland in. So he's the next car in behind those two, but out of position. Yes, there you go.
Yeah,
Dawson in. So these guys making some calculated decisions here and just getting out of the battles that they've been in for quite some time. Some of them, that Dawson first battle has pretty well ensured the whole race. So it's first breather, isn't it, really, for Firth and Dawson there for him to peel up in the pits there.
Yeah, and a leg stretch and a drink, and we got a three up here, matey. But certainly Harrison Bella and Louis Vandervent are in the lane as well. So all pretty disciplined up to the pit control line from what I've seen. Every single one of them not prepared to come down this long, excruciating pit lane more times than they have to tonight. And I tell you what, it would be pretty daunting if you just rolled out of making your official stop and you saw a DT come up on your graphic. Because you're sped, mate. That would not be cool.
Yeah, you want to get this one right. It is a painfully long pit lane. This one.
Curly's pushing hard for Webley now.
That is the proverbial carrot now for Curly. He's dispatched Chan, and now Chan obviously in the pits as well. So I think that is the Gunther Rowe car just in the background there, out of position.
He just made an official pit stop, yeah.
So it will be interesting to see as we start to see these pit stops pan out, and just watch it as the positions equalise, and Cooley and Webley will be one to watch. J-Man Chan was right in that battle with
Webley and Cooley
as well. So these guys are really matching it one for one here at the moment. Booth up on his time again already. He's out of one. So this guy just pushing always. J-Man Venter also in the pits. Puts Nathan Henderson in 5th. Nick Firth in 6th. So nice work from Henderson tonight. No, actually, I mentioned that, he rolls into the pit lane as well, J-Man.
Oh, he did a great job coming up to the control line. If there's anything to make, that's where it is. There and on the exit, really.
Yeah,
it's those how hard you can accelerate up the hill. So, no, pretty good job. So we'll be looking towards seeing Mr. Charlie Booth's out there on his own, lonesome out there. He will be effectively well and truly out there on his own, because the likes of Webley, Cooley, Venter, Firth, Henderson, sorry, not Nick Firth, everybody else behind him, Maverick included, have all stopped. So it'll be interesting to see. For me, I guess it won't be Boothie or Mav. I think the battle will be around Vic Chan and Chris Cooley and Brandon Webley.
Yeah, definitely. And
who has the better outlap?
And I think that the Dawson, when Firth comes in too, the Dawson Firth positions will be interesting to watch as well there, J-Man.
Yeah, I think you're right. I just pick up on... Okay, so who is that was just leaving the lane? I didn't see that. Vic Chan's coming down to La Source now, which is turn 1. Tucks it down the inside of one of the Astons, which I think is Ashton. And whereas Curly is accelerating up through a Rouge. And who was that was on his inside? That was Turbo.
Booth in.
Okay, Boothie in.
Just watch that mark. Oh, that's close.
So Vic Chan, very, very close to Webley. However, Curly, the better of both those guys.
Yeah, Curly yet to pit, J-Man.
No, Curly's, Curly's done a stop, and he actually got Webley in that stop.
Oh, okay, so yes, sorry, J-Man. Yes, he has got Webley. So Vic probably come out worst of that, hasn't he?
No, not too bad. No, not too bad. No, I think the guy that lost out of that was definitely Brandon Webley, because he was ahead of Curly, and Curly was ahead of Chan, and now Chan is on the back of Webley. So
yeah, I
feel like net gain to Curly and a potential slight margin to the better tune for Vic Chan on Webley. However, Chris Curly is the guy on the move, and
as he just rounds up Turbo there.
I'll tell you what, so Maverick's not that far up the road.
No, he's not, and that is, you can still see Webley and Chan in the background from Curly's camera shot there. So this is still a fairly tight field, J-Man, with only 40 minutes to go. We're well past, 5 minutes past halfway, and fairly tight top end of the field here. No one really running away with it. A little bit of elbows out early in lap 1 at the at Rouge. No, surprise. But it's really bunched the field, so nice work.
Exiting the lane here, he's just come out onto the gas pedal. Maverick is coming down that straight as well.
Booth has got this done easily, J-Man.
Yep.
Plenty of pace in that car. Peels out of that pit lane there. We'll look out of the back wing of then there. I think that's Mav just coming around and up onto the straight now. So
it was 5.2 seconds when they came in for this exchange. So once it settles down on about a lap and a half, I guess we'll get an idea. It's
a clean read on it. Yeah, no, for sure.
So it's about 5.9, I think, at the moment. So probably a 6 to 8 tenth gain for Charlie Booth through the pit stops there. Curly doing a good job also. Vic Chan, I just missed that, but he just got through on Brandon Webley. So that is positional. That is Chan up to 5th.
Okay, so yeah, nice work from Chan, and that would have been up out of Rouge again, which has been his strong point actually, just getting that run out of Rouge and picking up the throttle just that little bit earlier in the Bentley and running them down up the hill there, J-Man. So nice work from Vic.
Yep. I'm just saying, Firthy's out there leading this race. He hasn't made his official stop yet. He's one of the last guys on my graphic to go up the top end, obviously.
Oh yeah, that's first. That's right.
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah. So remember, Firthy's been in a race-long battle with Pete Dawson. Drive-through for car 997.
Will Dixon. Oh, that's a shame for Will.
Yep. So that will be just slightly speeding on entry. I didn't pick up on that.
So yes, Firthy. He likes his 5 seconds of Firthy fame.
Yeah, hey, look, he got it the other week, and he's going for it again. So we better give him a bit of time when he's out there doing this thing.
He's doing well. That's actually the Dixon car that these boys are just rolling past now. Who has just received a drive-through for, I would suspect, track limits, possibly, J-Man?
No, it would be a pit lane infringement. He's just come out of the pits and got it on the way out, so he's obviously sped on the way into the lane.
So yeah, tough gig, and another run through that pit lane, J-Man. That ever so long pit lane will be painful.
707 gets a drive through.
Tinnis better.
Tinnis, that's the second run down through there tonight. Unfortunately, I think.
So yeah, Tinnis having a tough night, J-Man. as we just continue to watch Firthy there with for a little bit. Crossy actually staying in touch, out of position, but definitely staying in touch. Well, with the Firthy's fried chicken, McLaren, J-Man as they run up the hill.
Yeah, I think it's time to go for Firthy because he's backing with Pete Dawson and Nathan Henderson for 10th and 11th. And both those guys, Henderson, 2.5, 2 seconds quicker than him. And then Pete Dawson on an 18.9. Once again, he's a 2.5, 2 seconds quicker last time around. So see what this lap delivers for Firthy. 19.7, that's more like it there, Firthy.
He needed that one. The last one wasn't a quick lap. I just wondered whether he was going to come in then, but
Yep.
He knew he had more in it, J-Man, clearly. And continues on as we pick back up on Curly. Where is he at the moment? He has been the hard charger tonight, really, and in a bit of clean air, J-Man, at the moment.
Yeah, look, he's got about 3.7 seconds the better over Vic Chan, and he's a little bit down the road from obviously Maverick quite some time. You know, he's the better part of 8-9 seconds down the road. Yep. So it's a long way back in 35 minutes with Maverick on my Delta posting some pretty specky times there.
Pretty nice, aren't they? Yeah.
An 18.3 that lap around, so that's not too shabby. So it'll be interesting to see what Cooley just posts. And he goes round on a 17.4, so
wow.
Maybe I spoke too soon. So that would be the fastest lap of the race posted on lap 22.
There you go. So that thing, again, it's got the rocket launchers on the back. It is quick, and it's really coming. He's had his pit stop. That thing's in a sweet spot at the moment, and he's going quick, J-Man.
Yeah, no, he's going to make the back end of this one count, I think, and see how close he can get to Mav, because he's, he's still, like I mentioned, just over half an hour to go. That margin already just under the 8-second mark. It was closer to 9 seconds when I just mentioned. So he keeps punching out lap times like that. He could make one more spot up there. What are you doing, Firthy? He's still out there. We'll see if he comes in this lap round. Just got to mention our old mate Fried Chicken there, Firthy. Out there doing his thing. He likes to run this thing long.
He does. He's leading the race, Jamie. Who wouldn't want to lead the race?
That's it. I mean, yeah, why not? If the opportunity's there, he's working to a strategy. I think it did work out pretty well for him. As we see him peel off into the lane, I'll just go on board, make sure he's well behaved as he heads up to this control line. And he certainly is. Gets it down to that 49, 50k now.
Nails it. So, yes, now, he is one of the last to pit, J-Man. So, we want to see him where he comes out to Dawson, wasn't it? Pete Dawson.
Well, that's the battle. That was the
battle he was in, yes.
So, whether or not, where's Pete? Pete's coming down to the double launches now. So, yeah, it'll be interesting because it is a big pit lane. I mean, Firthy's still...
Dawson's still only not even halfway around a lap, so... It all happens pretty quickly at speed, though. Dawson looking nice and sharp in that white Lambo tonight again.
So Maverick matches the lap previously set by Chris Cooley. Not quite as quick, so he doesn't get the fastest lap of the race, but he did just go round on a 17.4.
Yeah, see what Cooley gets. Cooley got a 19.2. Oh, okay, there you go.
Held up with a little bit of traffic there by the likes, looking at, that might have been the Tinnis car, possibly. Hang on. No, it wasn't. It was Jonathan Venter that he just had to round up there down into La Source. So
I've been watching this. Yeah, sorry for interrupting. I've been watching this Dawson chase here, J-Man. Firth, I think, still on the jacks.
He still is on the jacks. I'll keep an eye on that for you.
Dawson running across the start-finish line now.
Yeah, okay. So Firthy's still on the jacks.
So round the hairpin and about to run down the hill. I think Dawson's wrapped this.
Firthy's just fired the thing up. He's off the jacks and he's out of there. But if he's not coming up the hill, I'd say she's already done.
So Dawson down into a Rouge.
Oh, this is going to be tight.
Oh, just that Dawson.
Yeah, gets it done comfortably.
Yeah, very nicely as Firth brings the Firthy's Fried Chicken McLaren up to speed. Losing a position to Dawson in the pits. J-Man, he might have left that too long.
Yeah, a couple of laps, I think, maybe in it.
Yep.
I think, you know, we saw him do that 21.6, and that was at the time that that we saw Pete Dawson do an 18.6 or something like that. So definitely cost him there at some point. But however, I am still watching that battle with Maverick and Charlie Booth. That is not done. Mentioned that was closer to 9 seconds after the pit stops, and that was in favour of Charlie Booth. However, that margin is back down to 5.1 seconds. So it's certainly not done with yet. And as Warren mentioned earlier, how much will track cuts play in the final 30 minutes of this race? And Chan hasn't let go of the back of Chris Cooley. So Cooley just round there on an 18.2, Chan around on a 17.6. So I feel like this will be oh so typical of so much of the time that we watch sim racing. Doesn't matter where you go, you get down to the final half an hour, you get down to the final 3 minutes, Dave, and we know what happens. So
yeah, definitely. Even in these long races, these guys just so sprint to the finish. Spectacular to watch. J-Man. Yep. As we just see Mav coming up on the back. I think
that'll be on turbo.
That is turbo, is it? Yeah.
Yep.
In the Aston, J-Man after another tour of the pit lane.
Yeah, and he does a beautiful job actually that time round. Just stepping wide as they come into Lacombs there, and then heading down through Malmedy down to Bruxelles.
Sounds like a French food menu. The corners on this place.
Just not the snails. Right, so
Charlie Booth out in front, J-Man.
Yeah, out there doing his thing. And I mean, Boothie hasn't copped a lot of airtime tonight because he's just not done anything. Yeah, he just checked out, made that break at the start.
But in saying that, there is 30 minutes to go. Okay, or just under. And if you look in camera shot on screen at the moment, every now and then you can see that black BMW, that black Predator BMW of Mav, J-Man. So this ain't over yet.
Have you got a rear wing shot out of Boothie's car to give us an idea?
Yeah, we definitely got one.
Is that an onboard 3?
And we have a look out of the back here as he comes across the start-finish line, and this is a classic example.
Yeah,
there it is.
Go. What is the margin as they cross the line there? It is 4.7. That was a 2.18.0 for Charlie Booth versus a 2.17.437 for Maverick. So 6-something tenths the better there for Mav that lap round, which is why you see it down to 4.7. So could be a little bit of strengths and weaknesses in the lap.
Yeah, so like we're mentioning, plenty to play for here. Mav on the chase and Charlie Booth on the run, J-Man.
As is Cooley right now because that margin's down to 1.6.
I see that. Chan.
Oh, that's a huge run wide.
From Chan?
Yeah, that's a huge run wide through a Rouge, so he just sent that one. Yep. So
we've seen that Bentley out there a couple of times, well, more than a couple of times, haven't we, J-Man? We've seen him also back off quite heavily there once and actually letting Cooley pass earlier in the race. So clearly conscious of it, and we still don't see him with any drive-through penalties for track infringements. We don't want to put the commentator's curse on him, but yeah, I'm sure that is definitely front of mind for Vic Chan at the moment with little incidents like that.
Take a look out front at the moment, Davo, and you take a look at Charlie Booth after that last lap round where he ran an 18.0 versus Maverick 17.4, and see what you can see on the delta there from Charlie Booth this next lap round.
Oh, yeah, he's half a tenth up.
He's a half a second up.
Half a second up, should I say.
Yeah.
So he has responded, and some.
Yeah, so we've seen that margin go from 4.7 out to 5.7 in the space of a lap. So this is this little bit of ebb and flow and a little bit of an arm wrestle going on between Charlie and Mav at the moment, which we have seen from time to time this season. Obviously, Maverick just getting the better track position and final results throughout the season, but Charlie's really taken it tonight.
Oh, no, for sure. And this time here, if he pulls this off, this will be the quickest lap of the race here.
Yep.
Oh, it hasn't come up. J-Man, does he got to go across the next?
Was a 17.527, so it was pretty sharp. But once like I mentioned, Chris Q.
Oh no, Johnny just missed it.
Yeah, he was in there on a 17.415. So he's actually got
very close, J-Man.
Very close.
Very close. So yeah, these guys are trading fastest lap times after over an hour of racing. So pretty impressive stuff.
Yep. Very impressed T-Fam tonight out there currently running P7. Doing a great job. Who's this here? Who's that? That's Nathan Henderson rounding up. Looks like what would be a recovering Craig McConnell, I think, from what I can gather there. No, it wasn't Craig. Not sure who that was. Jonathan Venter. Yeah, it's certainly going to heat up towards the end. It's not fun by any stretch.
No, definitely not. J-Man, just looking out of the back, Van der Venter's, the VDV, overlooking at the back wing of the BMW.
Crossy all over him.
Crossy all over him, and a little bit loose at the bottom of the hill, trying to get the power down.
And he just lets that happen. That was positional.
That was.
A shout out to Ashton Hughes too. I hope he's aware that he does have to make an official stop, but he has gone this whole race without making his official pit stop yet. I'm not sure whether he's been in for a drive-through at any point. Possibly not. He's currently running P11, does have to make a stop, but shout out to Ashton on his first run out there.
And Grimmer not showing either, J-Man.
No.
Did he actually get back out on track? He is back out on track, so.
As is Brandon Foster, just come back out. So Charlie Booth just absolutely putting on a little bit of a clinic there and actually takes the fastest lap of the race, that last lap round, on a 17.410.
Oh, mate, that was inevitable.
So 5 100ths or 5 1 bloody somethings, very much bang on the money there for the similar time to Chris Curley, but just get the better.
Yeah.
So he's responded to Mav now, so.
Yeah, 5,000ths of a second, J-Man. I think that's what you were looking for, but yeah, impressive stuff, J-Man. Like I was just mentioning, these guys have been racing for over an hour, and they are still, finding it in themselves to just pull out fastest lap times, trading times, responding to each other's fastest lap times, and on what is, probably a bit of a worn out old car by now. So they're doing pretty good.
Yep. So Firthy, what has happened to Pete Dawson?
Okay.
Can we get a replay on that? What has happened to Pete Dawson? I've lost him. I have lost him. It must have been big because he was ahead of Firthy. Remember we called that after the pit stops?
Yep.
And I have absolutely lost.
Yeah, so we've lost him off our data, J-Man. That car is away, lost in the interwebs. Yes.
Yeah. It's a shame because that was an incredibly good run going on there for Pete Dawson. Was currently holding down P9.
That would have been P9, J-Man. Yep.
Yep. So that promotes Firthy and Gunter Rowe inside the 10 now. So Oh, that's a shame. We never like seeing that style of incident happen to our sim races.
Definitely
However, it is a reality. He will get classified points, I'm sure. Just picking up, yeah, Cooley really stretching his legs now. 2.2 seconds over Vic Chan. It was that 1.6 we saw earlier. But yeah, really stepping up. His last lap time round was a 17.5.
For what was it, Chan 79. So Chan doesn't have anything for him at this end of the race, J-Man, does he?
Nah, 18.2 plays an 18.1, so a little bit of pace fall off from these guys now, which it's funny, you wouldn't expect it from the tyre because they did run quite long, so you'd expect that the tyre would have been okay, so maybe a little bit of track condition. What can we tell you about that? Yeah, 17 degrees, ambient, track's 18. Maybe we've lost a little bit of temp. It is 10 to 7 at night, so maybe we just lost a little bit of track temp out of this Spa-Francorchamps circuit heading towards the hour of 7 o'clock, Davo.
Yeah, is that gap between Mav and Boothie stretched again? It has too.
Yeah, that was Boothie responding with that incredible 17.410, and then he backs it up with the 17.6 after that.
Does Mav just go, oh, I've got nothing? just go, I'm just going to circulate for the next 20 minutes. I don't know. But he'll be just letting those tyres cycle and see if he's got something else to come back with. But surely Booth, really putting pressure on that car to get those sort of times. I mean, it doesn't look like it to watch the car on track. But surely he's getting some tyre deg to, really hit those numbers like that.
Yeah, 20 minutes to go, Dave. I can't help but still thinking, based on what, we thought, and also Warren mentioned earlier in the stream, that is there a sting in the tail of this thing with drive-throughs and track cuts at the back end as guys still pushing? As you mentioned, Boothie not under a great deal of pressure now, 6.5 seconds up the road from Mav. Mav got 10 seconds over Cooley, so you would expect that those guys could probably just knock it down a notch in the areas that are higher risk, the likes of Rouge and Blanchimont if they're pushing too hard.
Yeah.
But the rest of them, the likes of, I've got eyes on Firthy, who I believe is still very incentivised by the 31 car of Nathan Henderson, and I don't think that's out of his reach. At this point, 19.0 plays a 20.5.
Yeah.
Says Firthy's got enough pace in that car to catch him.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, I don't know. So, I still feel like there's a little bit of thing. Ashton Hughes finally comes into pits after an incredibly long stint. So, congrats. First round out for you, Ashton Hughes, in that Aston Martin there to run that car for what was the better part.
71 minutes, J-Man.
Yeah, it's an incredible run. So, congrats to him on a great opening stint. He was running well inside the, I think maybe he was close to the 10 there. So, good job for him. Who was just seeing there? Pete Dawson has actually recovered that car and got back. So congrats to Pete to dig deep there mentally and physically to jump back in and fire that Lambo back up, because that's always a hard pill to swallow when that happens. So I suspect that was a internet disco.
Oh, so. Yeah, no doubt, or something similar, J-Man. Yes, but always plenty of respect for those boys that do get over those unfortunate situations and get back into the server and continue on. So yeah, loads of respect for those boys.
Yep.
Nice work. So Pete Dawson will bring that white Lambo home, J-Man, as we just watch Charlie Booth. And I have been saying all night and even last week how hooked up and so nice and smooth this car is looking, but down at the back end of this race, man, he's getting some sideways action out of this car, really dealing with it well.
I think he's got his tyre pressures right on the money for this cooling track too, because that last lap round two, you mentioned, like how good he looked. That was a 17.465.
Mate, so he's got to find the scruff of the neck. He really knows, where the limit is in this car, and although it looks a little bit sideways and a messy, I think he's really on it. He's got it.
Yep.
He's not compromised at all. So
Yep. You know those nights, mate, when you drive these
Yeah.
cars and it's all going the right way
Yep.
and you just can't do anything wrong, because he just backed that up again, 17.6.
yeah, that's
so-
some quick stuff, isn't it, J-Man?
Yeah, I feel like when we get to talk to him, which I'm under no illusion that we're going to get to talk to him inside the next quarter of an hour or so, I suspect that tyre pressures will be right on the money there at the back end of this race for Charlie Boost. So great call. I mean, you know, at some point you would think that the tyres may not have been at their optimum, but they're in the right place at the right time.
That's right, and that's what counts, isn't it, mate?
Yep.
You know, it's the beginning of the race as important as the end of the race, as we just have got eyes on Chris Cooley, and still in the background, a little ways down the road there, you can see the Monster Energy Bentley of Vic Tan every now and then. So, yes, staying in touch, but no threat, really, J-Man, as the field is well spread now with only 16 minutes to go.
Once again, Firthy over Henderson, 18.5 for Firthy, plays a 19.297 for Nathan Henderson. So I think that battle is going to come to fruition. There's only 2.5 seconds in it. There's only 2.5 seconds in it.
And Firthy's, he's got a Bentley-sized carrot there to chase J-Man.
Yeah, he's got a Bentley-sized carrot.
And yeah, and Firthy looking sharp tonight. He ran long like he did at Valencia, I think it was, J-Man, for round 6, and made a good showing there at Valencia. So he's done the same again tonight in good weather. So, and you know, like, he's in pretty good stead there. He's in a nice position, but like I said, Henderson is definitely on the cards here.
Yeah, well, he's just taken another half a second out of it.
You can see it visually, actually, just in this first half of the circuit, that he's made a gain. So, very nice work. That McLaren looking well hooked up. Jaco Venter and T-Fam showing up on my radar there, J-Man, is that correct? Oh, no, that's Jaco, and that might be Tinnis Venter in the Ferrari.
Yeah, Tinnis is 4 laps down after
there you go, he is too.
An eventful or an uneventful, whichever way you want to look at it.
Well, depends.
It's probably less than his standard.
Depends whether you're up here or you're in the car, doesn't it?
Yeah. I suspect it's probably been better for us than it has for Tinnis tonight, because he's normally up the pointy end somewhere. So, hey, look, you're going to get nights like that. So,
So, yes, the sister car of Jaco Venter there, McLaren and Ferrari there, actually Tinnis in the Ferrari, but Jaco just stepping aside and just allowing Tinnis to run lap himself from that position. Jaco currently running in 6th, J-Man. Not a bad effort. He's had a tough couple of weeks, the last couple of weeks as well. So, yeah, good to see him making a good showing here tonight at Spa.
Absolutely. 1 second the margin now, Firthy to Henderson. So that is well and truly alive. It'll come down to a potential run at a Rouge, or like we've seen so many times already in this race. You know,
just watch the first half of this lap. I just don't know. Firth has just really got this heat hooked.
Yep.
And even there, it just looks like he's making a gain already just after a Rouge. And definitely poking the nose up the other side of the track just to make sure Henderson knows. He's right.
I'm here.
I'm right here. I'm coming for you, bro.
Like you say, definitely net gain, 0.784. So
yeah. So yeah, clearly quick in those first sectors there in the Firthy's fried chicken. McLaren, J-Man, Nick Firth doing a fantastic job tonight.
Yeah, and look, I've got to say, now we've got to this point with just under 13 minutes to go. I haven't heard from the Henderson fan club tonight.
Oh, no. What is going on with that?
Yeah, so I'm not
He's
I'm
in
not sure
8th, people. Come on. And he's got a battle on his hands, so...
Or was Warren one of the Henderson fan clubs? I'm not sure. I've got to try and remember who it was. But anyway, nonetheless, He does have some fans that normally pipe up, so if you're listening, boys, give us a thumbs up. But yeah, your man's about to come under attack from a Flying Firthy's fried chicken. It is you, Warren. I thought it was, mate. Good to support you, mate. Well done. He's in there. He's up there. Currently P8. A big run wide as they come down out of campus, and then I believe the
Running
second
up the
part of
hill.
that is Stavelot. So.
And first with a great run up the hill here, but there's nowhere to go. It is just such high-speed stuff. There's only one line through this. Great camera angle from the roof of the Bentley because it's so tall. It's like a portable toilet, you know, so it looks over the rear wing very nicely, and we can see all of Nick Firth's fried chicken car there in all its glory there, J-Man, at the moment.
Yeah. So Turbo getting a drive through there, and bit of a shout out too, because I made a special mention to Ashton for running so long, but I've got to give credit to Uncle Joe, who actually ran slightly longer. I didn't come in and make a stop, but just thought I'd give those guys a bit of a shout out, because you know, it's no easy feat to run that long on a set of tyres out here. As we see, that was well defended there from Nathan into the bus stop chicane, and actually probably made a little advantage down to La Source and out, although Firthy is absolutely on him as they come out of down that Kemmel Straight, and then they head down through this section here.
So a little bit of shenanigans
through Lacones and Malmedy down to Brichelle.
A little bit of shenanigans going on in the braking area there as they ran up the hill into that big brake stop there, J-Man. I think Firthy might have put himself a little bit offline there as the boys ducked and weaved and sort of covered each other. But look, it'll only be a matter of time. That was one lap we saw it go from 2 seconds to bumper there. So this race is not over, and there is still 10 minutes to go, J-Man. So plenty of time for Nick Firth to attack the back of that Bentley.
So I missed something in there, that Chan was ahead of Webley in fourth, chasing Cooley, but now Webley is ahead of Chan. So apologies to both Webley and Vic Chan there for a lack of
attention there.
Attention and intuition that was going to happen. I just didn't see that happening, because there was 3.5 seconds from Chan to Cooley at the time, and then there was 4 seconds from Webley to Chan. So something's happened there to Chan, and Webley's got through. So sorry about that.
So yeah, Chan looked like the Bentley struggling in the back end of the race here, J-Man, for whatever reason. And
no such drama for Henderson and Firth though. These guys are going at it. Absolutely
on point here, J-Man. Under 10 minutes to go here. And this race here between these two is not over at all. Now watch this Firth car in these first few sectors. Look, already he looks dominant, running down the hill into a Rouge. And we see these guys playing up the hill here, chasing each other's slip, ducking and weaving.
So he's making gains on him here. He's only 8 tenths behind him here. Once again, he jumps out again. I'm not sure why he's jumping out whether he can't see or he wants to look for a brake mark, but it's certainly... Oh, and he made the apex that time. That was a lot better.
It was a lot better. It compromised his entry, definitely, on the last lap.
And he looks good here, though.
Yeah, it took him a lap to chase that back down, but here he is, and look at the depth of braking he has in the McLaren there, J-Man.
Yeah, Hendo covering into that right-hander down there.
Well warranted, mate, I tell you.
Yeah.
And look, we've seen one of the McLarens already go round the outside.
Oh, he's going to try and live there. He is going to try and live there. He will get right to the next corner if he can stay there.
Oh, the Bentley sideways as J-Man.
We have seen this before, and it was Firthy, I think, on Dawson, but it was actually further down here. So he's There's no stranger to hanging that thing on the outside of cars. He is full of confidence now.
So just get a helicam on this. I don't know whether you can see it here. Just on the inside, the Bentley stays tight. Henderson got this thing so sideways. doesn't really
Yeah.
show from the helicam. There it is.
Yeah, it's a good shot coming down the hill, but we just got a little bit of foliage in the way there, but it does show him going around the outside. Beautiful.
So, yeah, nice work from Firth, and actually both of those boys keep those cars from making
Henderson.
contact. Henderson it is not over. He's
No,
thinking maybe I shouldn't have let that go that easy.
Yeah, he's gonna stay with it, rightfully so. Rightfully so, because it's not done.
Okay, this is the sector though. This is the run now. Firth usually so good out of that corner.
But what's the Bentley like tucked under the wing of the McLaren? Because he's really close right now.
And very close, J-Man.
You know, can he get this draft? You know, what's the slip like? Although that McLaren's so good through the last part of a Rouge there, heading up through the Kimmel there and up onto the Kimmel Straight.
Yeah, it looked like Henderson misjudged the flip over the top of the crest there, J-Man, and probably had a bit of a double take at it, and that is the critical point, really, and that is the run out of the corner. But Henderson's still in touch, J-Man.
Very much.
6 minutes.
Okay, what can I see further afield? I'm just looking for some margins. They're all a little bit spread out now. Clearly, Boothie's got this thing well in control over Maverick. And Chris Curley, Comfy as a Kiwi mate in there in third. Brandon Webley, he's in fourth. He's got around 3.5 seconds back to Vic Chan now after what was maybe some kind of mistake or something in there. Yako holding down P6 too, Davo.
Yeah, nicely there. T-Fam actually with Pete
that's a recovering Pete Dawson,
Pete Dawson tucked up behind him.
Diminishing returns there on the way into the chicane.
And then, just directly behind that, Nick Firth and Nathan Henderson, as we've been focusing on just in the last few laps. J-Man and a pass from Firth there around the outside of Nathan Henderson. So, yes, nice stuff. Little under 5 to go now. As we see T-Fam, this is 36 laps in, J-Man, in this 90-minute race here for Rainlight Racing's 2023 GT3 series here at Spa, round 8.
Yeah, good job there from T-Fam, and we were pretty focused on Firthy and Henderson, and obviously T-Fam's done a great job to be up the road from those guys. Now, what are we just seeing there? Okay, so so T-Fam's only got 3.5 seconds up the road to Yako. So he's done a great job. He's done a great job tonight to hold that down. Shout out to Harrison Bella. There's another guy there that I think's just really punched well tonight in that big bonnet Mercedes. He's up there in P11. Gunter Rowe. Always expect to see Gunter somewhere in the standings, so he's holding down 10th. And I mentioned Louis at the top end of the show, one of our naming right sponsor cars. Started, I think, P15 and currently sitting P13 after a pretty long race. He's got Maverick coming up behind him to put a lap on him. But, Louis doing a great job there. And then after that long run from Ashton Hughes, in the 23 Aston Martin car, he's holding down P14, which is a great job. So really impressive to see out there. We had a little bit of fall off there from a few guys. Obviously always a tough night, to back this thing up after Bathurst last week, which is another battle of attrition. A couple of tracks in a row that like to eat cars at different places. A Rouge, definitely one that likes to eat cars here, and clearly, we've seen Vic Chan go round. Unforced error there. You just go and jump on that.
That is right up the top of the hill there, actually.
It's Lasource, turn 1, just wicks it up. So he might be running into a little bit of tire trouble
he's
there.
vulnerable to Jaco now, is he?
Jaco is right behind him. Yep, I believe.
Here we go. He's up past Uncle Joe.
Yeah,
Everything looks pretty normal. Oh, it just leans on the throttle, or stomps on the throttle, and turns that car. Unforced error there from Chan.
Yeah.
Gets it pointed back in the right direction, but like you said, now has the likes of Jaco Venter.
What is the margin that he's got on him?
That is Jaco behind him, isn't it?
No, that's
tennis, isn't it?
No, that's tennis. He's
Yeah.
well down the field. So I'm just trying to work out what that margin is. So Jaco's still eight seconds behind Vic, so it must have been quite a margin.
Okay, yeah, so Chan clearly napping there, J-Man, with a minute and a half to go. It's been a long race for these guys. Charlie Booth has not looked back since the green flag, J-Man.
Oh no, he just great start, kept his nerve, went out there and punched some absolute stellar times. It still holds the fastest lap of this race, which was a 2:17.410, which is pretty impressive given that we qualified on a I think it was a 16.7, so you know it's not that far away from what an optimum race car versus an optimum quali car. So very impressed.
Oh, definitely, and yeah, cutting some of these boys cutting those fastest lap times really late in the race too, J-Man. Impressive to watch.
As we did hear the call for Charlie Booth embarked on the final lap of this race, so yeah, he'd be pretty comfy right now. Probably just go through the motions and not push too hard on this last lap because he has got a 7.9 second margin over Mav, so he certainly doesn't have to push too hard. You think probably a non-push lap would only see him lose a second, so.
Yeah, I can't see too much pressure there, J-Man. As he continues on, he will be having a little party in the helmet there right now. Maverick in second. And like we mentioned all race, this top end of the field is fairly well packed. There is some gaps, but these guys aren't that far from each other. Cooley, I can't believe I'm saying this, in third position, J-Man.
Oh, I think you called it early. I think you did call it very, very early. The potential for him to make the podium was there. So
yeah, I'm surprised still though. Brandon Webley in fourth. Vic Chan now with Jaco Fender behind. T-Fam in seventh. Nick Firth in eighth. Nathan Henderson in ninth, and Gunther Rowe rounding out the 10 as we speak. But Charlie Booth rounding the corner at the bottom of the hill as he runs up the back straights, curves, should I say.
Yeah, coming through Blanchimont here now, heading down to the final chicane one last time. No
mistakes from Booth, mate. A stellar, faultless race from this man, J-Man. Right from the get-go. Just has not looked back.
Oh,
he pulls the thing up.
And he lets Mav go. Oh, what's going on? Bit of funny business going on here.
What is going on there?
Oh, he lets him go. Mav takes the win. So, that's controversial.
Okay, so not sure what's going on there. We'll call Chris Webley across the right line for third position.
Yeah, okay.
Chris Cooley, should I say. Brandon Webley in fourth, J-Man in the Marlboro car. That thing looks fantastic with a bit of dirt on it after 90 minutes.
Yeah.
Vic Chan in the 333, Monster Energy Bentley in fifth position. Damn, he's an up and down race. Jaco Venter coming up into the final chicane, J-Man for sixth position after 90 minutes of racing. Well done from Jaco.
Yeah, with T-Fam right on the rear end.
T-Fam made a big catch up there. That's actually Pete Dawson's car in the background as well. Nick Firth, 8th position. We saw Nick in a ding-dong battle with Henderson
Nathan, yeah,
for quite some time in the closing stages of this race, and Firth with a beautiful outside move down in the valley to take Henderson. So for 8th position, Nathan Henderson, 9th, J-Man.
Yeah,
good effort.
Yeah, great effort from Nathan there, and he had a great race. You know, he would have enjoyed that one going to battle with Nick Firth. Obviously, would have liked to be in that one spot up. However, ninth is very, very good. Gunther Rowe, Gunther coming through in 10th position. A great drive there from Gunther. We love the big bonnets.
And House of Bella, like a really
Yeah.
just an uneventful race. We just really he has not come up on our radar, but
No.
really all night. And here he is in 11th position. I don't know why we haven't seen him. It just hasn't flashed up on our deltas. So good work from Bella. Crossy with an up and down night. J-Man, 11th position.
Yeah, and then
mate, you can't complain. I mean, we saw him down in the mid to high teens there earlier. So good recovery in the back end of the race here for Crossland. Louis van der Venter in 12th. Ashton Hughes in 13th. Kenneth Worcester, Adrian Kramer, Will Dixon, Tinnis Venter, Pete Dawson, Mark Turbots, Brandon Foster, Jonathan Venter, Joe Grimmer, Craig McConnell, Josh Nightingale, and Matty T. J-Man round out the 23 for tonight's race here at Spa for round 8, brought to you by Titanium Digital Solutions, AJ Champ, and True to Life Racing Designs. J-Man, let's get him into the comms box and have a chat.
Yeah, absolutely. So I guess first cab off the rank tonight, and we get to have our chat here to Mr. Cooley. I'm just trying to see if he stayed in channel. He might not have. Give me a second. I think he may have dispatched.
Stand by, ladies and gentlemen.
Give us a second. No, you can't see him.
So,
okay.
So no
Hang
Chris.
Just give us a second. Give us a second. Hang on a sec.
We may have no Chris Curley, but who we will have is Charlie Booth and Maverick, without a doubt, ladies and gentlemen. Will just give us a moment. We're just going to try and get a headset on this guy and get him into the comms box. I don't know how much luck we're going to have, J-Man, but
No.
like I was just mentioning, there is still Mav and Charlie Booth with the shenanigans over the line there. J-Man, let's get these boys up here.
Well, we've got these boys are a bit shy tonight because, one of them's gone for tea, and then I'm not sure where Charlie Booth is as well, but...
Okay. Oh, okay, we'll do the driver brief.
Yeah. So there we go. We have Chris Curley. We have Chris Curley there for P3 on a great drive.
Yep.
Which was from the pit lane, I believe. Davo, was it?
Oh, absolutely, J-Man, unbelievable. Like after only 2 or 3 laps, was well into the top 10 and continued to climb. We thought his climb might have stopped at about 6th position or so. I think we called about halfway through the race, but he did continue on, my friend, and there he is, 3rd position. You've got to give it to the guy. Look, we have seen how quick that car is in Chris Cooley's hands over the past few weeks. Never really been able to deliver and bring it home, but tonight we really saw it shine, mate. And fantastic race, Joe, man. I think that was really good to watch. Really good to watch.
So what we'll do, viewers, tonight, because we haven't got 2nd and 3rd here tonight for an interview, we will go straight to the man that has taken the victory on this one, and we'll talk to him about his race. Mav, you got us on comms?
G'day, boys. How are you?
Mate, another victory. We'll get to that final lap in a minute, but hey, talk to us about obviously the start of that race. We saw you and Vic Chan were going to be close. What was the call on Arouge there, mate?
I haven't seen what happened, but I think we were potentially side by side. and we bumped. Very small touch. I think he went off. So then I just thought I'd slow down on the straight and let him back through.
Yep, it
I
was
think,
very slight from the angle I was watching from, mate. It was a cigarette paper in it.
yeah, I'm not sure how he went off, but if he went off, then apologies. But I just waited for him and he went past, and then I guess the fun started after that.
Yep. And then you know, like plenty of battles throughout that mid phase of the race. Mav, with you coming through, chasing down the likes of Webley, obviously Yako Webley, you know, Chan was in there. There was just so much going on, and I don't know if you're aware, but Chris Cooley was coming. At one point, he was certainly coming at you. I think no real threat to you at that point, but certainly to a couple of the other boys behind you. But then, you know, traded some times. I watched those margins after the pit stop was about 8.9 seconds, and then we saw that come as low as 4.7, 4.6. So it looked like he had a real charge going on in the three-quarter phase of that race, but then Boothie just sort of opened the tanks up.
Yeah, no, he had good pace. So I don't think I was ever gonna catch him. So I was just happy to sit in second place and bring it home. And yeah, I assume Cooley must have had a problem as well because he's got probably half a second a lap pace.
Started from pit
So
lane.
did he? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, started from pit lane, got to third, so it was a pretty stellar drive. But like, it's all about you at the moment, mate. So, and you're the only bloke that wants to talk to us tonight too. I might add too.
Yeah.
So, you
I don't
know,
blame him.
props to you there for sticking around and chatting to us, Mav. But so I got to say, so was there anything over comms on the final lap?
No,
What was the deal there with Boothie?
I got no idea. The only thing I can think of is that he thought that maybe because we slowed down, he decided to give it back. I got no idea. But then he was quite defensive.
Yeah, I
at the
did. I
line,
did see
so I
the
didn't.
contact.
Mate, it was Webley said it perfectly. He goes, mate, that's the weirdest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's got to
Well,
be right up there for us, mate.
yeah,
At the end
no,
of the race.
we were calling it pretty much the same as well, mate. So,
Yeah, still trying to
I,
process that
I,
one.
I thought he ran out of fuel, and then I
ugh,
could hear him accelerating, and I thought, okay, maybe he's letting me pass, but then he wasn't, and then
uh,
I just had no idea what was going on.
Well,
So
look, the potential that he saw no action tonight and just wanted a little bit at some point, maybe that was the final corner. So,
yeah,
I'm not sure, Mav. Nonetheless, mate, you've got, you know, you could argue that it's potentially two hands on the trophy right now.
yeah,
We're getting down to the sharp end of this thing, and you've had nothing short of a stellar season up to this point, and you know, just phases through that race there. You know, I think from what we've seen throughout the season, you know, as commentators watching, I felt like personally, I don't know, I can't speak for David, but I felt there was some belief that you could hunt him down in that race
yeah,
at some point, and until I think I saw him run a 17:4:10 late in the piece, and I thought, man, that's just mega pace late in the
yeah.
race. So.
No, I was struggling with the car. I don't know why, but it just felt like ice. I tried everything, and I couldn't get it to stick properly.
What was
Sorry, go.
no, I was just going to ask you, what was the BOP for the BMW at that
14,
round?
14.
14 positive?
Yeah, positive. Yeah.
Okay,
It's a big
right.
difference. Like you do a couple of laps, not with the BOP, and it's massively different. So, yeah, but that's fair enough. I think the BMW goes all right there, so it's probably well earned 14 kilos.
Yep. No, it's honestly, mate, stellar effort so far, and I'm not sure what's happening next week as there's another spin the wheel and stuff, but I'm sure you'll come out firing again next week. So, hey, look, gonna congratulate you on another victory, no matter which way it goes, mate. You still pass the finish line first.
Well, yeah, but I'm going to count that as a second place.
Righto, mate. Well, yeah. Well, hey, look. Nonetheless, you're up here. You're talking to us. It was a great race, and there was some good arm wrestles in there. You know, I think I really enjoyed the part where you and Vic were coming through early in the piece. I thought that was real classy stuff. Some nice moves going on, and
Oh yeah, there's a few good corners with Jacko. I don't know if you saw those. But
yeah, it did, mate.
yeah,
Yep,
yeah.
definitely.
I was trying all different angles, but he was pretty good.
It was good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. No, I think a well-earned victory, and because we're short on interviews tonight, I think I will try and go and grab Firthy because I think I'm going to award him pass of the night tonight. So congratulations, Mav. Enjoy that one,
Thanks,
mate. And all things going well, we'll be talking to you next week.
Thanks very much.
Thanks, Matt.
Cheers, bud.
Yeah.
And as I mentioned, I am going to grab Firthy down. A little bit of a special interview that we're just going to special mention that we're going to get down
for the chicken man.
Yeah, Firthy's fried chicken here. Firthy, sorry to drag you away from probably what was a entertaining conversation going up there, but
definitely.
Yeah, look, we're a little bit short on interviews tonight because P3 and 2 and 3 decided they didn't want to talk to us, or they had prearranged interviews with clearly some media that's paying more than we are. So look, we'll grab you down here because I think you definitely deserve the award for best pass manoeuvres.
Yes, I was so glad that you saw that.
Yes,
both of them. So there was obviously one that I really liked, and it was earlier in the piece, and that was down at, I don't know how you say it, Lefagnes.
Yeah.
And then the other one was, certainly the double gaunch move, the setup on the right hand side, the second one where you set up. Henderson on the right hand side, knowing that if you could live there through those double rights, you were going to have double lefts, you were going to have the right to the right. So beautiful move. You deserve pass of the night, mate. So well done.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. That means a lot. It was don't get a lot of overtakes done in my racing. Generally, I just go for the long strat and see where I end up. But I ended up getting some. Well, I got my fresh tires like bang on optimal for like my pressures, so it gripped up super nicely in the last half an hour, and that made it. I think Henderson, I think he must have pitted a lot earlier, so he was obviously struggling on tyres, but that's the name of the game. I did the late pit so that I could try and finish strong. So
yeah, you did, and you redeemed yourself, I guess, there, because I was sort of sitting up there with the magic. I guess the hindsight of a crystal ball, looking from above and looking at what your opponents are doing. And I did see a 21.6 in there when your opponent did a 18.7 or something. And I thought, Firthy, you've got to go.
Yeah.
And anyway, nonetheless, I guess the last part of that phase is, given that we were heading towards the hour of 7 o'clock at night, was that a tactical move, Firthy, to put those tyres on late and get those pressures right for a cooling track?
Yeah, so I had a quick look during the briefing. I quickly asked what the multiplier was because I was too lazy to look myself, and it was a 3 times the multiplier, and I saw that the race started in the afternoon, and I thought, I'm going to see how cool or what happens with the tires, because if I did the use same tire pressures, and then I bumped up about 5 clicks like before the race even started, like preempting it.
Yep.
And then I was able to. I knew I'd gone up 5 clicks on each set of on each tire.
Yeah.
So I was monitoring.
Big swing, mate.
Yeah, I was monitoring those pressures, and then I went, okay. So my fronts I knew would be fine, but my rears would have been running hot, so I had to drop them down just slightly, and just one of those things, I guess, like having done a bit of sim racing for a while and making those mistakes previously. I guess just learning from those mistakes and capitalizing on the strategy of the late pit. So, but I stuffed up my pit too. So, like I hit my marker perfectly, and instead of I got my pit limiter and my ignition right next to each other.
Oh no, that old chestnut. That's not good.
The ignition is in it's like a safe button. It's not easy to press. But I hit the I always muck up my pits, and I hit the pit limiter, and I'm like going, come on, jack up the car. And then I'm like, hang on a second, turn it off. And so I lost maybe 3 or 4 seconds. And
because Dawson got past you, I think.
He got past me. Yeah. And unfortunately, we were having like a cracker of a race earlier. And I knew after the pit we'd be roughly the same, but maybe he would be ahead. But I was still lapping pretty good. And then when I mucked up, I mucked up the pit, and then I was about 4 or 5 seconds behind him. And then I was like gaining on him,
Yep,
and I'm like,
Yep.
finally, I get to avenge this bloody Lambo that
Yeah, well, we got
harassed
robbed of
me for
that
so
battle,
long.
mate. We got robbed
Yeah,
of that
we
battle
did.
because it
Yeah.
didn't happen because of the disco. But
No,
hey, we did see it nonetheless. You know, if we can't afford, if we haven't got the big budget of these other media outfits, we can certainly afford some fried chicken. So good to have Firthy down here tonight,
thanks,
giving
lads.
us his intel on how things went, and bloody super entertained, Firthy. So thanks for that, mate. You did cop a lot of airtime at the back end. So yeah, Firthy's Fried Chicken got some sponsorship deals going on tonight. So all right, Firthy, enjoy
No.
that one, mate. We'll talk to you in a bit. Cheers,
No,
buddy.
Later.
nice one, Nick.
Well done, lads.
Thanks,
Right.
mate.
So there you go. A little bit of a impromptu ad-lib bloody interview there
Oh,
with
mate.
Mick Firth, and always entertaining as Firthy. So
Well,
Dave,
yeah.
I'm gonna let you close this deal, mate, because I reckon I've said about enough.
Oh, you probably have. But yeah, we got to fill these spaces. If these guys don't want to talk to us, we'll just go and find someone else, J-Man. There's plenty of guys that do want to talk to us. And yes, thank you again for joining me tonight, J-Man. It's been a cracking race, as we expected here for round 8 at Spa for Rainlight Racing's 2023 GT3 Series Season 4. J-Man, thank you.
Oh, it's always a pleasure, Davo. Thanks for having me. Thanks for viewers. Cheers for chipping in too, likes of Warren, Matt and co. We do appreciate the live support. Do appreciate you hitting the buttons. As Dave always says, it helps the algorithms. Certainly helps it get out there. And, you know, the more you do that, the more we can entertain you, and as do these drivers. So thanks, Davo.
Yes, definitely. Please like and subscribe, J-Man. And obviously, thanks again to Titanium Digital Solutions, AJ Champ, and True to Life Racing Designs for helping to bring this goodness to you all. It's been a wonderful night, J-Man. We have still got a couple of rounds to go in this season, so looking forward to next week, another sprint round, 60 minutes. We don't know where we're going just yet, so we can't tell you, but no doubt you'll be tuning in again. Ciao for now.
See ya.